Hi. Hello. Hey. Welcome. Periwinkle Palace Arts. My place on the internet that I try to keep magical. I'm Princess Bun Bun. These are my bunnies. And we are here every day to do art. We do art stuff here. I'm having a struggle this morning. It is what it is. But part of why we're doing this is because sometimes all you can do is show up. And whatever happens from there happens. Sometimes you just have to go with it. Find a flow and go with it. Right? Okay. First thing we do every morning, say hi to our bunnies. Yes, I'm obsessed with these freaking stuffed rabbits, okay? Don't judge me. This is Maya. She's here every day. She's my fibromyalgia bunny. See, she has a little fibromyalgia butterfly on her tummy. And she has like these little blood spots all over her body where the fibromyalgia trigger points are, kind of. I mean, she's not a human, she's a bunny. She doesn't have the same exact joints and bones and stuff. You can only get so close, right, honey? I absolutely adore her. And if you don't, I don't know what's wrong with you. I accept it, but I don't know what's wrong with you. Okay, you want to be under the laptop again? I don't know why, but this is her favorite place to sit. And what? Oh, it's warm under there. Okay, she loves to sit right underneath my laptop. And I have the worst habit of putting all this stuff where she goes, huh? Okay. Yeah? You ready? You gonna color? Alright. Y'all, I'm ridiculous and I understand that. This is Khaos. And he is my ADHD bunny. And he has all this symbology on him and comes with a zipper pouch back here. It's so cute. And what goes in here is actually a little black bunny that I have around here somewhere. I think it's over there where I can't reach it though. But you can put the little stuffed animals in there. That's what comes in them. I also have this one here, which is the octopus or the octobunny. Or maybe it's a bunny puss. I don't know. This one came with, what did it come with? Oh, what am I thinking? It came with this one. Okay, this is the ADHD bunny from Plushy Troubles, and it's the Khaos edition, which I absolutely love. And we are having the Khaos today. We are. So, you want to put, okay. Let me zip you back up. He's like, I don't want to be unzipped. Alright, I'm going to put you over here. There's like a little pile over here, buddy, of like pencil shavings. Yeah? You see that? Here, go set it in and play. See if that could keep your attention for long enough for me to do some stuff here, okay? Alright, so just a quick note. Yes, I talk to my rabbits. These bunnies are from Plushy Druffles. What is on your dress? Oh no, I don't know what that is. Well, I guess Daddy's just gonna have to wash that shirt again. Okay. I just like them. And also, I raised kids and was around kids my whole life, so I'm used to talking to people who don't actually talk back to you, including myself. But I do talk back to myself. That's part of why we're here. Because I talk and talk and talk and talk and talk all day long. And I lost my train of thought. So here's the deal. I am feeling awful. But we're here. We're going to do this. It's Friday. We're going to get through it. I am even early because I've been awake since 2 a.m. Various reasons. But mostly what's going on with me outside of anything that's considered normal for me is that the things going on in the world are just weighing on me so heavily. There's this fear. I'd like for you to comment on this video or in the live chat. I just want to see a show of hands, kind of like, are you experiencing fear about things happening in the world that are out of control of you right now? Because I gotta tell you, I am. And the only thing you can really do sometimes is keep up with the information, right? As it comes in, so that you know what's going on. But there's people who can't help. Like, I'm disabled. My mental health issues are expansive. My physical health issues are expansive. And I don't leave the house unless I absolutely have to or sincerely really, really want to. So there's not much that I feel like I have to contribute to any conversation about current events, let's call it that. But I sure do feel a lot of stuff. And this week, and part of last week, I think, I was pretty quiet during the stream. Part of that is because I am fighting to not open my mouth on a lot of different topics. Because the entire purpose of this channel, of what I'm doing as my passion project that I don't ever intend to earn any kind of income at all. I don't want it to. We're not tying anything financial to this, ever. If I decide to do something like that, it will be a completely different thing. Okay. Normally we would just like jump in to the art, but I'm really struggling. I want to talk. But if you look out in the world right now, it at least seems to me like it's kind of dangerous to voice your opinion in public on a number of things. It could be dangerous. And it bothers me because when I started thinking about this several years ago, all these videos I've been making and not putting out there, and even just these live streams, you know, I've even stopped really posting on Instagram right now because I want this community to be about art and to not get into super serious topics very often. And I want to promote a place of peace and ease. However, I also promised myself that if I did do this, I would come at it with no fear. Okay? Hear me out. I actually have, like, a list of stuff randomly all throughout my Notion app that put all together would create, like, a list for me to show people and read off of what I want to do here. ADHD, among other things. It's everywhere. At some point I will, like, collate it. But I've been saying that for about a decade, so let's not expect too much here. Anyway, when I say no fear, what I mean is me unfiltered. I'm not here to make a big difference in the world. I'm just here to share my experiences. And I want to do something out there for those people who are looking for a way to create more mental health stability. What am I trying to say? See, I'm so afraid to just let my mouth fly. But I said I would do this and be just honest and upfront, and I would record even on the bad days, and I would do this differently, like do it my way, do it so that I enjoy it and not worry about what other people think. But lately, at least in America, I don't know if you've noticed, people are getting canceled, fired, murdered for speaking what they think. It makes it difficult, doesn't it? I want to take this time to acknowledge those things that are happening, but I don't want it to be all serious. So it's something that I'm working on getting out, right? But every time I'm not kidding, every time I get my thoughts together, I see another example of free speech being destroyed. I have never, ever in my whole life been afraid to express my thoughts until this year. It just so happens that's when I decided to start streaming. Is this year. What have we been doing this, like 2 months? Maybe a month and a half? I'm not sure. All right, look, so that's what I'm struggling with. I am struggling to have a conversation here because what's weighing on me, what is constantly in my mind is I want world peace. Right? Jimmy Kimmel, Charlie Kirk, Stephen Colbert, the Hortons, Paul Pelosi, and so many that whose names I can't think of. Those are just the ones right off the top of my head. There's no team here. It was all horrible, right? We don't accept this, right? As Americans, we don't accept people being murdered and trodden on because they say something, right? Can we all agree to that? Because because there's wars going on right now. You know that? So let me pull out this list I made. Just the things that I'm thinking of off the top of my head. Maybe if I read it on the screen, I can, let's see. Topics, immigration, the genocide in Gaza, the Russians' war on Ukraine, and its push into other countries now. Immigration, I forget what ICE stands for, y'all. ICE and the National Guard being deployed through the cities. Free speech. Epstein. I'm so tired of hearing that man's name. And I've been watching certain news channels branching out because a couple of weeks ago I did ask, like, what do you watch? And I was making an effort to break out of the algorithm because what I'm seeking as an American citizen, what I'm seeking when I watch the news or the media at all is truth. I just want people to be honest on the air. I just want truth. We can all agree on things like truth is important. It matters. The Constitution is important. It matters. It's a living document that was intended to grow with our country, and we've been so backlogged with various parties not being able to agree on basic common sense laws that we haven't updated our Constitution to match our technological and global evolution. We haven't taken the time to use the checks and balances system properly in order to make sure that at its core, our system of government matches doing what is best for everyone, for the most people, as more important than who's right and who's wrong, who's good and who's bad. It needs to end. It needs to end. I have always been proud to be an American. My dad was a police officer. My mom worked in the health field. My husband and my grandfather and my brother-in-law and so many other people that I know and respect have served in the United States military. I am offended. I am offended that our country is losing respect for and becoming in fear of our military, our law enforcement, getting health care, because people are afraid to go to the hospital. And I'm just tired of it. I don't know what else to say. We want truth and integrity in our government. We want what's best for the most people. We want a place to live where we don't fear for our lives if we leave the house. And I know that's, that's asking a lot for me to leave my house. But I've never been afraid to leave my house because of the government. Y'all, what are we doing? We're fighting about who said what. He said, she said. Literally, that is what our country has become. We know, because we're not stupid, that even if we don't understand what's going on, our government is lying to us and overstepping its bounds. And that infuriates me. It infuriates me to see our national reserve being used against us, and knowing that, because I was married to the military, knowing that overall it is humiliating for our National Guard to be picking up trash. It is humiliating for them. And it is not what they signed up for. And they're supposed to be here as our National Guard. They're supposed to guard us. And therefore, they are never supposed to be used against us. We're supposed to deploy them to help us. Like when we really need help. Like in a hurricane cleanup and rescue. In a chemical spill. That's what they're training for. Yes. They are trained to handle security matters, and there's all the branches, right? But how are these guys doing their job when they know that they are breaking the trust of the American public? And let me tell you something, they cannot, without absolutely going to jail, disobey an order. They can't. They can't step out of line, y'all. They have to do what they're told. And the average soldier, it's not like they're making a lot of money, y'all. They're not. Are they above minimum wage? Yeah, probably. I haven't checked in a long time. But not by much. That's facts. We are dishonoring our military. We are dishonoring our Constitution. We are betraying our allies in the rest of the world because we're not standing up to the people who are doing wrong, and we're pandering to the people who are doing wrong. And we are abandoning the people that we swore to be supporting. And it's too much. And I don't have very much that I can do because I don't have a lot of money, and I don't go anywhere. But it's just become so much that I can't hold in. So now that I've said those things, I've never been a person to be afraid to speak my mind. And the thing is that that's what is happening. We're all afraid. We're all sad. Like, go watch an hour of the news anywhere and tell me when you come back that you don't feel some type of way. And remember, in the end, every human being just wants truth and safety. And that's not what we have in the world right now. It's not. So, all right. Y'all want a color? Let's do this. Now that I've spouted my mouth off, maybe I won't be so afraid the next time a thought comes to my mind to just say it. Don't look at me. I know my face is turning red. Okay, yesterday we worked on our little doll here, and I had gotten kind of like to here and the hair, and I got really tired, but I did finish coloring that one layer of color through everything, and then I left my desk. I did not do any white highlight or white yet. I just did the True Blue, Periwinkle, and what did I do? I did 30% gray and 20% warm gray, French gray and warm gray. So the next step is for me to go in with white. So, but I got to my desk this morning and I looked at it and I thought to myself, oh, that's not going to come out very light. It's not going to look very white. I was just trying to change the tone of the blend and not completely change how it came out. But if you look at this, her hair is basically supposed to be very light white, and I wanted it to still have all that highlight so it looked white, but the main color of the hair looked white, but the shadows looked, instead of just gray, periwinkle. And when I sat back down this morning, I was like, oh, I did exactly what I said was going to happen. I was having a good time coloring the hair. I love doing hair. And I went a little overboard, and it's going to look more blue than white, which is fine. So what I could do is I could go in here and use my eraser and just pop out some of the hair a little lighter, right? Okay, I could do that, but I'm not gonna, because I really like this blend. I really like how it came out. And because we're going to do this page again, and we've already decided that, so I'm going to grab my white and we're just going to start going through the hair. All right. Normally I would go back over it with the eraser, but I'm trying to be a little bit more accepting of whatever my art comes out to be. I'm gonna have to grab a pencil extender for this pretty soon. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come kind of slightly over to blend, but also most of the areas that are white, I'm gonna try and keep this to those. I'm not explaining this well. But hey, you're gonna get a visual demonstration. So here we go, right? To do art, here, I always need something cute going on with my hair. It makes me feel put together and like I actually got up for the day. And if I have to look at myself, I at least want my hair to look cute. Not that I can really see anything because the screen's so small and away from me. But I like to have my hair looking cute. And we need coffee. And I have coffee. Excuse me, my nose itches. How does your coffee taste this morning? Mine's delicious. This is pumpkin spice. I don't put sugar in my coffee. I'm diabetic, so I can't do that. I refuse to give up coffee. So I don't put sugar in my coffee. Instead, I tricked my brain. I use flavored coffees with just a splash of half and half. And they're delicious. And it's fine. I get by without the sugar. That almost went all over me. Pay no attention. I did not splash coffee on my face. You saw nothing? You saw nothing. Okay. All right, buns. Let's get into this. If you want to know what I'm singing, dancing, humming, whatever, to, you can look over in the corner of the screen, right underneath where you can see me, and there is a box there with a screen share of my Spotify mini player, so that you can see what it is that I'm jamming to. If you like that kind of thing. Honestly, it just makes me feel less weird to say, well, you can see I'm dancing and singing to something, right? So that when I do sing and dance, because I can't stop myself from doing it, and I need the music, it makes me feel less weird. To have the information there, but I can't, can't put it on there without, I can't play the audio for you guys. I can only listen to it myself. Because copyright. Look, I can't word right now. It's just... I'm being really gentle with my pressure. I'm going to come back through this with my Verithin white. And remember, this is only the first layer. So right now, it's okay if I actually go over the blue areas. And I like what's going on. I've got like a variation of color going on there. Okay. The news has me confused, and I just figured out why. I'm watching the MSNBC. Um, what is it called? I watch it every morning. Highlights. And they're just saying bad, not bad things, but it's weird. I don't know what's happening. This isn't how it normally is. What's happening? I actually exited that on accident. Hang on. Go back to it. MSNBC highlights, September 18th. So I watch this in the mornings, and it's 41 minutes long today, and it sounded completely weird. As in, I didn't even hear anything about what I normally hear about in the news. It starts out with a trailer for Black Rabbit on Netflix, which I'm really excited to watch. It looks like it's going to be good. It's got a great cast of characters. But anyway, The Morning Joe, which I just realized I watch this every morning for the past few weeks now. Mostly because I feel like I can get a roundup of what's going on in the news, and then I can go out to the different little outlets and get deeper dives into each of those stories. But it is called Morning Joe, which is funny because, you know, I need my morning coffee, and also my husband's name is Joe. And my husband has never, ever let me go without coffee. So, my Joe always makes sure I have Joe. So I like this show, and I don't understand what's happening. I'm watching it on YouTube. Jason Bateman is being interviewed. They usually argue on this show. I didn't hear anybody argue about anything in the background while I was talking to you guys. So I'm really confused. What's going on? Okay, I'm trying to understand what's happening. I don't think I can actually do anything as far as letting you guys see what I'm watching that I'm kind of like reacting to, because I don't know how to do that yet. I mean, I spend a lot more time doing the live streams, doing the art. That's where my focus is. My focus is on the art and the talking and less on the video production. So I should care more about the video production and the descriptions and tags and such, but I just don't. When I care about it, I will fix it. Charlie, darling, I'm not moving. So, if you can see what's happening here, I'm actually using the white to fade this somewhat, so it's gonna actually come out lighter than it looked when I started, right? So I'm gonna actually go back through the top here, because if I look right here, I can see that with my pencil a little bit less sharpened, I'm getting a much softer look, and I know that I'm gonna come back through here with the white very thin pencil, which you can see has much finer point, with that one to really bring out the texture. But this will actually help me get to a softer color blend. A softer color blend. More, that's more like this. I'm having a lot of bad shadowing today. I don't know what's going on. How's that? Still bad. Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to go back through here and I'm going to be a little bit less precious about where I'm putting the strokes here. I'm not putting a lot down. I'm just fuzzying it a little bit. They're still talking about Black Rabbit. They don't usually spend this much time on something that's not like serious news. I don't know. My iPad thought that I was talking to it. I'm pushing the table thing all around. Let me move these out of the way. I don't understand. I think there might be some satire going on here on the news. Okay. Jason Bateman finally just got serious. Oh, they are being satirical or more. I don't know what to say. I don't know what this is. Somebody please tell me what's going on. What's going on at MSNBC? Okay, she's this one I'm listening to right now. I can't remember her name at the moment. Is not talking how she normally does.
This is a reminder. Take an ashwagandha gummy. This is a reminder. Take an ashwagandha gummy.
So if you can see, this and this are a little bit softer than this. If that makes sense. A little more blurred. Most people won't know this song. It's called Zombie Jamboree. Zombie Jamboree. um, it's a family favorite. Belly to belly, don't give a darn, 'cause I'm stoned at a radio. Back to back, belly to belly, zombie jamboree. One female zombie, she won't behave. See how she's dancing out of the grave. In one hand she's holding a quart of rum, the other hand is knocking a conga drum. It's a good song. It's a cappella. Acapella. Zombies break away. What does it mean? Back to back, belly to belly. Oh, I see. Basically, I think what's happening is that in various ways, the press here at MB or MSNBC is watching their words, watching their tone. Yeah, okay, that's what's going on. Yeah, this isn't about to happen. They point out it happened on the level of, free speech. Do we like this? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down in the chat or comments if you like this or don't like it. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do a second layer. I'm gonna do this one, but I'm gonna do the periwinkle first. And I'm gonna bring this back into the really dark areas where there's lots of shadow. My hands are twitching all over the place right now. Um, it's being weird on the signal. YouTube is not receiving signal. Oh, y'all. Did I get canceled? Uh-oh. Nobody does it when like you. My hands are going numb from coloring. There it is. Pencil sharpener. And okay. Oh no. What is happening? I already have the presso. I can hold till 9:30, alright? Then I'll go get coffee at 9:30. Oh no. Okay. I've got the True Blue Verithin pencil. I'm gonna try to use this one instead of the Premier to get finer lines here. And I'm just going into the deepest shadows with this color. By going in reverse order, I'm kind of layering them so that it's gonna tone it a certain way. But I might not be able to get enough of a smudgy feel with the Verithin, and if so, I'll have to go back to the Premier. Okay? Okay, that's what we're doing here. Because art is about experimenting. I love it. I love experimenting. Hey, can I do this? Can I do that? What's gonna happen? Or, oh, I messed that up. I don't like how it looks. Can I, how am I gonna fix it? Or am I just gonna go with it, you know? It comes and it goes like the water in the sea. When the water around me bursts to colors, I know where I go. Waves wrapped around the shore. That's where I go. Comes and it goes. I'm trying to readjust my eyes so I can see if I like that. I think so. I think I like it. I'm not going everywhere with this, even in the darkest areas. That was weird. I just watched it twice trying to understand. I think that's the only story they had. Okay. The weekly show with Jon Stewart is also weird today. So, to help me with my mood today, the playlist I'm listening to is the playlist that mostly me, but also my husband has added to. It's just songs about me and Joe, my husband, loving each other. The title of it is Our Kind of Love. If you want to, you could go to my Spotify probably and, like, I don't know, grab it for yourself. It's got a lot of good songs on it. Okay. It is 9:35. I'm gonna run and grab some coffee. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back. I'm back. Coffee. I told you I'd be back. Okay, I like how that's turned out now. Now we're gonna go in all of the opposite areas that we didn't just color. So anywhere that I see that there's white, I'm gonna go through that, but I'm gonna do this really carefully, and this is where I'm gonna really work on my detail. This is one of my favorite parts. I just like it. Okay. Let me put myself in the appropriate ergonomic position. It's like Art Ninja, okay? In fact, I think I'm gonna go everywhere that I've already colored today, and we're just gonna shade everything because there's a lot of fine detail that I've left out. Like the area right here needs more of a shadow and highlight definition, just this line right here, but there's a lot of little details that I've left out. So we're gonna spend today's stream just working on these details, because like I said this morning, my mind is not, my mind's not in a great place. So I'm just gonna utilize my art and go deep, okay? If you have any questions, comments, please pop them in the chat or leave a comment and I will answer. Doing like really focused in on the details really helps calm me down a lot. Did you guys like that little coffee meditation I showed you guys yesterday? I'll show it to you again in case you missed it, as soon as my coffee's cool enough for me to drink. Now, these Verithin pencils, because they're really thin and have a harder core, they actually help you flatten the tooth down a little bit more, which is why I didn't use it until I did a couple of layers. You and I must make we must be salvation. So here's how I do my coffee meditation. Warm cup. I put my hands around it because they hurt, yo. Then smell. That's your deep breath in. Taste. Feel the warmth go down into your chest. And breathe out. That's a coffee meditation. It's just a moment. I usually don't talk while I do it, but I figured I should tell you what I was doing. So can you see how the very thin pencil is making it come like really clear? I love this. I'm really enjoying this. And I know that a lot of people don't feel like art is important right now. Gotta take a break. Everybody needs to take a break. You don't have to spend as long coloring every day as I do, or whatever your craft is. Just sit down for 10 minutes with it. Find a moment to clear your mind. Set your phone down. Yeah, you can turn your phone on Do Not Disturb. It's a pretty surreal experience to do that, I think. The world's not gonna explode if you don't look at your phone. I promise. Well, it might. I can't say that. It could, right? But you can't live your life that way. I know we're all afraid, I know. Take a moment to dance for a little bit. Sing. Make a joyful noise. It doesn't have to sound good. Just be joyful. And you don't have to sharpen the very thin pencils as often. They hold a point really well. I would say they're harder than like a 2B graphite. Open up our mind and see I'll show you how it usually looks when somebody's watching you take a coffee meditation break. See? Nobody knows what you're doing. Take yourself a little coffee meditation break at work. I've done that for many, many years. Okay, so I've gone through that once, and now I'm going to go through it again with the same pencil, and I'm just going to go a little bit faster. I've got my main areas defined, so now I'm just going to go through faster. I can't really explain why. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out how to explain it. A lot lighter too. Okay, now we're gonna grab the regular white pencil, the Premier, and we're gonna go back over everything again. And I know that seems like a lot, but it makes a difference. It makes it look so good. I'm gonna come in between the lines, but more so I'm gonna be focusing on the middle areas where there should be a lot more highlight, but like that I didn't put there. So basically kind of through here. So here I'm really just focusing on the highlights, okay? So that looks a little bit different, right? certain strokes I don't want to cover up. Like this one right here at the very edge. Others I'm just going to come through the middle a little bit. Hide and seek. I'm somewhere close to me. Always well sees each other. Let me see the sunshine. Think I'm done with my face. Some days I feel like I'm trapped in a house. I have another white pencil that I like to use. So I'm going to pull that out in a little bit. But the next round that I do, I'm going to do with the colorless blender. And it's going to make all of this really start to pop. Ooh, I'll be there when you need a little love. I got a little love to share. I'm gonna come through. Okay, got my Derwent drawing. No, not Derwent drawing. Got my Derwent. Where'd it go? That's not it. I have another Derwent. Where is it? Hang on. All right. Yeah, so it's just a Derwent colorless blender. I'm gonna go through all of it. Okay. We're gonna flatten the tooth, and this is gonna really brighten the colors. You'll be shocked how much this brings everything together. Should we just go through that real quick? This really takes a lot of the bumpiness out of your paper, and it moves the pigment around in such a way that you can get a lot of control over the final result. I don't know if you can tell, but it just feels like it's getting softer and more natural, right? At least that's what I think I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna bring this in. This is a Derwent burnisher, which is a little different than the blender. I'm gonna sharpen it a little bit, but not too much. I don't want a pointy point. Excuse me. I'm gonna come in here to these glasses and see if I can kind of fix that model look that it's getting. I don't like that. I don't know if this is working how I want it to. I don't know if that looks any better, y'all. Oops. Yeah, I still don't like the way the glasses look, but it's okay. Alright, well, that's the hair all done, really. I could keep going through it, honestly, as much as I wanted to. And adjusting. I could even bring my colors back through. Really, as long as your hand is not too heavy, you can just keep going. And with this paper, it'll come out so gorgeous. So you can really just keep going till you like it. It's up to you. It's your art. Nobody else has to like it. I promise. Okay, friends. Well, this has been an interesting morning with my little rant, I guess. I'm gonna have some information for you guys on Monday. I'm gonna get all of it put together this weekend so that I can just run through it with you. It's a way to help safeguard people, make sure that, look, honestly, make sure that if ice comes for you or someone you know how to stand up for yourself or others without, unlawfully being arrested or hurt. How else do you want to say that? Bad things are happening. Yeah. So I just want to be able to get this information out to you guys, and hopefully you guys can share it around. So we'll be doing that on Monday. See, today's Friday. Hopefully you have a wonderful weekend. Try to step away from the news. Try to step away from the phone. Try to step away from the internet. As some people say, go touch grass. This has been Periwinkle Palace Arts. And Princess Bun Bun. I'm here with my bunnies, who are both napping right now. Yeah, Khaos wore himself out. And Maya said if I'm not going to color anymore, she's going to sleep. And we did art stuff here today. Excuse me. And also, I had a rant about stuff going on in the world. Yeah, I hope that doesn't go badly. Thank you for hanging out. I will see you guys Monday. We'll finish this up next week. And